This could be the last video ever that anyone can call me No Tesla Derek. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Very exciting news this week. My Tesla is ready. So yes, I haven't been on here for a little bit talking about the Tesla because it's been a very long wait. I ordered it initially in February of this year and it's now nearly the end of August. I finally received confirmation, so I just wanted to quickly jump on here and let you know some of the final steps. Number one is a couple of weeks ago I sent in information about the vehicle that I wanted to trade in. So what you've got to do is you've got to let them know that you want to trade in a vehicle, then you've got to upload some pictures including anything that's been damaged on the car, the mileage, and then they send you back a quote. It only took 24 hours in my case, but they say up to 2 days. Then you decide whether you accept the quote or not, and once you do, it just moves on. I've had a couple of calls from Tesla in regards to other stuff, but they've been keeping me in the loop every step of the way, and the customer service has been excellent. They didn't contact me for about 3 or 4 months in the interim because obviously there was no news. We didn't know when we were going to get the car, so there wasn't really much point telling me anything. But now that everything's in motion, they've been very good with their communication. I did ask the guy the other day what would happen if I couldn't find the spare key for my trade-in, and that happens to me all the time because 4 years later I never remember where I put the key, and he said that they would probably have to consider maybe deducting between $500 and $1,000 from the value of the trade-in if I couldn't find the spare key, but luckily I found it, and all I have to do otherwise is make sure the car is reasonably clean and also make sure I have the logbooks and the rego papers when I go. And the finances have been sorted out in terms of the payment to Tesla, so it's all systems go. I'm very excited. They sent you this message saying you've got to do a little bit of homework. They want you to watch a few videos because I'm one of those weirdos who has never been in a Tesla. I've never even sat in one, let alone never test drove it. So I think they just wanted us to watch some videos to make sure we knew how to drive the car, because I don't think you get a big window of time to spend at the dealer because they've got so many cars. I also, when I got the message saying that my car was ready, they only gave me a window of 2 days to do the pickup, and I was unable to do either of those because I wasn't sure whether the finance was going to go through and whether I was going to get the day off work. But they managed to be very accommodating and they worked around that, so that's all good now. But yeah, you can't say, for example, like, you know, your car's ready today, can I pick it up in a month? Doesn't quite work that way. They're just trying to, they've got so much turnover that they're just trying to get the cars away from their showroom as quickly as possible. So if there's any sort of delay, whether it's personal, whether it's financial, you're just going to have to ring them and negotiate with them. I don't know what I'm going to need when I get the car, but all I do know is that at the moment I'm going to try and get by with just having the car being charged through just a regular power outlet. We don't have a fast charger at home or anything of that nature at the moment. I'm just going to see how it goes, and it's all going to be a little bit of play it by ear. And this is a sound that we haven't heard for a long time, because when we were in lockdown there were no planes and there were no airplane noises when I made videos. But in this case there is, so we're just going to have to deal with that. But yes, I haven't made any specific changes to the house in terms of charging the car, and I'm just going to see what it is. There is a supercharger about 10 or 15 minutes from my house, so worst case scenario I do that. I'm just going to play it by ear because I've never had an electric car before. I don't know anything about them. I'm just going to learn along the way. So what I'm intending to do over the next coming weeks once I get my car is to run through a series of little videos. I don't want to do big long videos. I want to do maybe a minute or two and run you through little aspects of the car, from charging to whether you can use Apple CarPlay properly, to what sort of apps you can use, whether you can still use stuff that I like to use like Waze and Scribed and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to take you through a little bit of each of those things just so that it could answer some of your questions if you're unsure of what's going to happen and whether your driving habits and the apps you use and all that kind of stuff is going to change. There are things that you may not have thought about. For example, one is that I've come up with, there are no obvious car mount vents like you would in a conventional car, so you can't mount your phone through a car vent and you have to use another method, which I'm going to talk about in a future video. So lots of stuff like that just to keep you informed and hopefully entertained as well as I learn about the new EVs and whether it's a useful and whether it's a practical thing to have, driving not only around Sydney on a daily commute, but also how practical it is to take it away when you go on a long road trip. For example, one of my biggest concern about road trips is not so much that whole kind of battery running out and the charge anxiety thing, is the fact that I don't particularly want to have to sit at a supercharger for an hour waiting for an empty supercharger, and I want to look into that and see exactly how busy it is and how practical it is to travel, and how much more time you'd spend driving from A to B in an EV, including charging, compared to driving a conventional internal combustion engine car where you could just go to the gas station and fill up. And most of the trips that we would do, you could probably get there on one tank of petrol, albeit being very expensive tank of petrol, and see how much more, or if there's no inconvenience of having to stop and charge your car. All these things I'm looking forward to talking to you about in the upcoming weeks and months, so I hope you hang around for that. But I am very excited about what's happening really soon, and it's been a long time. I'm looking forward to it. I've always said that I've wanted a Tesla Model 3 not because I wanted to flex or show off or anything like that. I love the tech, and I'm going to be able to experience that all firsthand, completely unbiased, because I've never even sat in a Tesla, so it's all going to be very exciting, and I hope you can come on that journey with me. And until then, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time in another video, hopefully with a Tesla Model 3.